Welcome to lesson 4 of the MumBod Core Foundations mini course. This is a great lesson today, all about breathing for healing. And I'll be teaching you 3 of my favourite breathing exercises. So why is breathing such a big deal? Well, breathing is everything. It's the foundation for our body. It helps to direct both our core and pelvic floor function, but it goes so much deeper than that. Deep breathing is also related to neck and back pain, as well as the state of our nervous system. So if you're feeling stressed out, just by slowing your breathing rate, you can increase your ability to focus. When you breathe deeply, you stimulate your vagus nerve and tap into your parasympathetic nervous system. Food digestion, better sleep, and an increased sex drive. I mean, it sounds like it's worth the effort to me. Okay, let's just run through some of the cool things that the function of breathing well does. It promotes natural postpartum healing for the core and pelvic floor because the diaphragm and the pelvic floor move together with each breath. Breathing helps regulate intra-abdominal pressure, which can help prevent hernias, prolapse, diastasis recti, and back pain. Deep breathing changes our stress hormones through the parasympathetic nervous system. And deep breathing promotes healing and tissue repair by increasing oxygen. If you remember back to lesson 1, where I spoke about how during pregnancy your ribs get pushed up and out, it's quite common to be left with this altered rib position postpartum. This is called rib flare. Learning how you can address rib flare can go a long way toward improving your breathing patterns, core strength, and standing posture. Rib flare can even play a role in neck, hip, and back pain, so it's definitely something worth working on after pregnancy. To reduce rib flare, which means to bring the infrasternal angle as close to 90 degrees as possible and regain abdominal control, we want to optimize a 360 degree breathing pattern with diaphragm and rib cage expansion. So let's look at 3 exercise examples to help establish a great breathing pattern. Okay, I'm going to get you started with a side-lying breathing exercise. A great place to start. It's really, really simple, but it just helps you to get started with that diaphragm descending down, getting that connection back in your body, getting that breath all the way around our body and just releasing tension from our shoulders. Now, you can use a rolled up towel. I've just got a rolled up mat here just to prop my head up a little bit. So join me side lying on the floor. You want to be tucking up those knees, and you're going to take your hand and just pop it at the bottom of your rib cage. So have a little feel around there. Find the bottom of your rib cage and pop your thumb at the back and fingers at the front. Now, I want you to do a nice big breath. I'm not going to give you any cueing, just do a nice big breath in. Okay, I want you to note, are you the sort of person where their shoulders ride up? So if you are a shallow breather, you might have noticed that your shoulders came up. So we just want to relax those down. And we want to think about the breath descending down into our fingers. So going again, relax your tummy. Big breath in. And long breath out. Get rid of all that air. Did you feel a bit of movement in your ribs there? So what you want to feel is that rib cage opening out. And then as you exhale, everything coming down and in. Give it a go, a few breaths here. Feel that rib cage coming down. Let's see if we can open it out as we breathe in. And exhale long and slow. Now don't forget to try this on the other side. You can compare sides. Do you feel like one side you get a bit more movement? And the other side feels a little bit stiff. It's a little bit harder to get that deep breath in. If so, we know we need to work on that side a little bit more. But it's a great one to practice. It's a great way to relax at the end of the day as well. So you can put on some nice music, lie on your side, do that deep breath into the fingers and get that rib cage moving and getting the breath descending down and back up again. Okay, now I want to take you through some ha breathing. Okay, so what you want to be thinking about is breathing like you're saying ha. So ha. And this exercise is working on bringing that rib cage angle down. So you may find after being pregnant, you've got that wider rib cage angle. And if you read in your PDF ebook, talking about bringing that rib cage angle down to 90 degrees, just so you can get that movement in the rib cage, getting the diaphragm to work as it should. Okay, so I want you to sit cross-legged, and you're going to place your hands right around that rib cage here. Now, I want you to round forward, because what we're working on here is getting some back expansion. If you think about when you're pregnant, you probably were in more of a lordosis, so a bit of an arched position, just to make room for baby and for bump. And the back can get quite tight and stiff, so we want to work on getting that mobility. So sitting down, we're going to pop our hands across our rib cage here. We're going to round forward. You're going to take a big breath in, making sure the shoulders don't ride up. So big breath in, and a long half breath out. Hold that ha at the end for just a couple of seconds, just to make sure you get all of the air out. And what we're doing here is relaxing that belly as well, because we want these intercostal muscles, so all those muscles in between your rib cage, to wake up and work. So they're getting that decompression down, and then they're working to open the rib cage. Okay, so give it a go again. Hands on the rib cage. We're going to round forward to get that back expansion. Deep breath in, so you should feel the rib cage opening out. And long and slow breath out. Going again, big breath in. And exhale. Another way we can do this is just wrapping our hands around us here, coming forwards, big breath in, and long, slow half breath out. So really feeling that rib cage opening out, getting some movement there, and then you should really feel it shrinking down, working those muscles to bring that rib cage angle down. Okay, I've got another great back expansion and rib mobility breathing exercise for you. It's side-lying rib mobility exercise. So we've got 2 towels. I've got 2 mats, but grab 2 towels, one to support your head, and one you're going to put under your ribs on your lying side. So coming down, popping the towel. It should be a little bit more squishy than my mat, which would probably help you out a bit more. Get yourself here. This will prop you up a little bit. So this is going to inhibit the movement of the ribs on this side. So we're obviously going to be working on this side. Now, if you're not curled up in a ball now, do it. So we're rounding the back again. We're getting a bit of spinal flexion because we want that back expansion once again, just to counter the arched back you probably had throughout pregnancy, and then maybe carrying into the postpartum posture as well. So popping yourself down, curl up in that ball, and we're just going to be breathing, thinking about the rib cage. So popping your hands onto your rib cage quite high up. You're going to do that big breath in. So inhale, let that rib cage lift and open. And then exhale down. And really bring that rib cage down. Working your way along your rib cage, find your next rib cage bone. Deep breath in. And again, long exhale. And keep muddling along each rib cage. Deep breath in. And long exhale. Bring it down. And when you're breathing, think about that back opening up. So think about the breath going into the back where your thumb is on the back of your spine. So again, just going to give it another go here. Big breath in. And exhale. If you feel any tightness, keep working at it. See if you can really feel that rib moving at the back, rather than letting all the breath come to the front. We want to get that back moving and mobilized, so you can start getting those good breaths in to help promote that postpartum healing with the diaphragm and the pelvic floor, and to hopefully make you feel a little bit better if you're feeling a little bit tight in your back. Don't forget to do this on the other side, and again, make note, do you find one side easier than the other side? Do you feel a bit stuck? Do you feel like you can't get that breath down? Make a note of that, because that could be something we could work on together to get more mobility and to help you feel a little bit better.